Here in the Lions' Den, where the Cubs cut their teeth, the curtains are closing on the Currie Cup's Round 6 rugby repertoire. Two sides toiling for the top half take each other on at Emirates Airline Park. It's the Fidelity ADT Lions versus the Windhoek Draft Griquas. The fans are in the stands after a big day of action yesterday, of course, featuring the Vodacom Bulls and the Lions as well in a doubleheader in the URC. The Lions just coming short against Leinster by 39 points to 36. The Bulls trouncing Zebra quite handsomely on the other hand. And today's lineup for the Griquas. Watch out for Kudzwai Dube up front, who has been dominating this year. This Griquas side, of course, that featured in the final last year, indeed hosted the final against the Pumas and lost. Hanru Sergil, the captain today, one of those that featured last year. Neil Atu waiting on the bench, along with Sango Kamlashe, the captain on that day. Dobela shifts into the number 15, and the number 14 is the man who gets rugby dreams going. He is Roscoe Speckman, and Speck Magic should be in evidence today at Emirates Airline Park, shifting to the Griquas this year. Eddie Fouchier taking up the 12 as he continues to be a utility back for this Griquas side, and of course played many years for the Pumas. George Whitehead, an accomplished number 10, and Johan Mulder, he is a proper number 9. He'll get right up the noses of the opposition time after time. Looking at the home team now, captained by Yaku Fisachi, plenty of youth in their ranks. Renzo Duplessis set hard to light at the 2019 Craven Week with a 103-meter try. Bronson Mills is on debut in the number 12 jersey and waiting on the bench for their debuts as well. Connor van Buren of Kez and JC Pretoria, star of the Blitzbox side, champion of the 2022 Commonwealth Games. He is an electrifying rugby player, and we cannot wait to see him make his first bow in the Currie Cup here this afternoon. Great to see Jurek Claessen's back in the 10, and Vaughan Isaacs is waiting on the bench. So much talent in the number 10 jersey here at the Lions, including, of course, Hendrickse. But in the Currie Cup, these two sides, as I said, fighting for the top half of the table. The Lions in 5th position and the Griquas in 7th with plenty to do. The Lions, of course, will be expecting their URC players to return to the ranks and bolster their charge for this Currie Cup trophy this year. A trophy which they haven't lifted in some time, and they'll be looking to set that right as soon as possible. Massive victory for the Pumas away in Welkom as the Griffins return to the script, so to speak. 6 points on the board. That tremendous victory against the Bulls. What a feather in their cap for their first season in Currie Cup. So highly contentious this year, the Currie Cup is. There is your log, the Pumas poking their heads up at the top after that tremendous victory. Look at that points difference for the reigning champions. The Cheetahs, of course, taking this competition extremely seriously, as they always do, as they did last year when they were pipped in the semi-finals by those self-same Pumas to hosting the Currie Cup final. And you can see our two teams today, the Lions and the Griquas, with one game to play, so they could climb up that log significantly with a victory. Crucial for the Griquas, sitting on 10 points. If they come without any points now, it's going to be an uphill battle for them as we approach the halfway point of this Currie Cup season. And the Griquas, of course, with all of their players constantly available to them, they need to find that form early in the Currie Cup and carry on. And here they come onto the famous Emirates Airline Park. Last year's finalists, the Windhoek Draft Griquas. Alongside me in commentary today, formerly of the Sharks, a man who knows this competition well, as we see the Lions running out onto their home field. It is Tera Mthembu. Tera, the Currie Cup is heating up in 2023.
Definitely, you know, if you look at how the two coaches, the selections that they've had, with bringing out George Whitehead in, obviously they're going to be kicking a lot. The Lions are going to try and exploit the set-piece battle. So it's going to be a crucial game. I mean, both teams bottom of the half of the table. It's a big clash, and they need all the points that they can get today.
Ball in hand, George Whitehead, 491 Currie Cup points in his back pocket already. So much experience with 61 appearances to his name, and the opposite number 10, a youngster, Currie Claessens. Whitehead sends it high, and we are underway. Jared Cairns takes it in. One of the many youngsters in the Lions ranks today. Another one of those, Niku Steyn. He's around 20 years old. Free try scoring player for the Lions in this year's Currie Cup. 6 tries and 5 appearances for the number 9. Safe touch found. Attacking line out for Griquas.
A perfect start there from the Lions. Nothing fancy in their half. It's making sure that they secure the ball, kick the ball out, just to try to get out of that exit zone.
Pivotal man at the line-out, Landsberg, was on the bench for the URC game yesterday. Back in action again. Clean and easy line-out for Griquas. Sent away by Mulder. Whitehead keeps it moving. Luther Obi with the pick and go. As good as a loose forward with that build. Extreme leg drive from Obi. And Griquas making significant strides early, and that's a great riposte from Peter Janssen van Vieren. Still in the hands of the visiting side, and a penalty advantage waits for them. Mulder plays it to the right. Whitehead looking for options. Fasheer to Mulder. Whitehead to Speckman. Keen to play the Griquas clearly. Here's their captain, Sergil. Mulder fires it to Whitehead. Marked up on the outside. Fasheer turns to the toe, and we're going back for that penalty advantage.
Yes. A great start there from the Griquas, from that line out, looking to use the pick and go. They've obviously seen that the Lions in the middle of the field in their half, they don't contest the breakdowns. So it's a good ploy to hit the middle, do 1 or 2 pick and goes, get a penalty, get a positive result, and trying to get and build some scoreboard pressure. And lucky with the front foot kick from JC now, but it was a great start here from the Griquas.
Played all around the country. Has George Whitehead looking to put the first points on the board here in Joburg this afternoon. Simple look for Whitehead, and he makes it look so. 3 points on the board. The Griquas lead.
A perfect start there from the Griquas. Every single time, I'm sure they employ why they have George Whitehead in their team. He's such a profound goal kicker. So they want to build the scoreboard pressure as much as possible.
Tian Swanepoel with ball in hand. Prolific boot Swanepoel has. His kickoff is onto Speck Magic. He was hunted significantly by Mukendi. Great aggression on defense by the Lions.
Yeah, good kickoff. I think if you check where they kicked, there's a little bit of sun towards the right of that in the 22. Obviously using the sun as a ploy. So it's tough for Speck Magic to see the ball in the air. I mean, if you have the nice hang time like that one, it was a very good kick.
So there was a handling error before, went into touch.
Crouch! Bye! Sit!
Not much to separate the two packs in terms of weight. And in terms of drive on that first scrum, we'll see how that develops. Another prolific try scorer, Baldwin Hansen, for the Lions, carrying it at first receiver. Here's Carl Smith. Played away by Steyn. Amaras up in a hurry. Powering through the tackles is Morgan Nordier.
Advantage from the side and offside.
Great line that from Jonker. Playing it quickly, Steyn. Leg drive from Captain Fasahi. Steyn with numbers to the left galore. Over the top from Jonker.
From the side,
Kendi. Very unlucky for him. Saw the space, but just needed to hang on to that ball. I love the plan that the Lions have here. And from that scrum in the 22, nothing fancy. Everything hard and direct. Trying to get forward ball, trying to get gain line. Great carry there from Morgan O'Dear. You know, and then Jonker again with that line outside that pod. Everything simple, everything around the corner, hard and direct. Trying to build some pressure, and then obviously with the swift plays, reverse play, they've got the advantage. Jonker, that cut-out pass, just unlucky not to finish. Positive start there from the Lions.
Crouch! Bye! Sit!
Solid scrum from both sides again. Carl Smith plays it away from the back. Steyn's pass to Claessens only falls into the hands of Whitehead.
It's 5 play on.
Who dangles a dangerous one out there, and Obi's able to pick up the scraps. Mulder back to Whitehead. Plenty of time to pick his spot for the clearance. Tracking back the debutant Bronson Mills.
Get out, White!
Slightly off the side of the boot, and well managed there by Baldwin Hansen, using his body to make sure he cleared out the space, taking it clean out of the skies. Landsberg has grown in leaps and bounds over the past year or two. Of course, a champion of the Currie Cup with the Pumas. All's well that ends well for the Lions, and they're very lucky to come away with possession there.
Yeah, very lucky indeed. And Michael just overrunning it there a little bit from his fluff. Probably looked like he didn't expect that ball, but there's good line speed and good defense there from the Griquas. Just the Lions just need to keep at it, just running hard and direct, and eventually it will open up.
Good contest.
But good defense there from the Griquas, I must say.
Crouch! Bye! Let's respect the deload on the bind, please, okay? Let's respect it. Okay, thank you.
Two players at opposite ends of their careers. Ruan Smith, endless experience, and Kudzwai Dube on the come-up, SA under 20 in 2019.
Crouch! Bye! Sit!
A lot of contention up front, no whistle so far. Great ball. This debutant Mills is looking sharp in the 12 jersey for the Lions. Steyn gets it away to Landsberg. Nicky Steyn, Claessens. Advantage as Smith takes a big hit. Klaassen with the skip pass. Just about staying in field. Carl Smith. Nordier busy. Oh, how about that for a clear out from Smith. Claessens. The Lions with the bit between their teeth. Jonker wider to Swanepoel. We're going back for the penalty, and the home team is taking control on their home turf.
Number 1, offside.
Second penalty here from the Griquas. They seem to be getting out of line, which is fine, but they just need to be careful that they don't jump the gun. But I love how Claessens is taking the ball to the line, making the defenders sit and make decisions at all times. Jakob Usaki overrunning there, but he does extremely well to come back and, you know, clear and get a good clean and get a clear breakdown. But the Griquas just know to just jumping the gun there a little bit.
He once represented the West Harbour Pirates of New South Wales, Tiaan Swanepoel. Looking to turn 0 into 3. Trading punches early on. The Lions and the Griquas are level after 10 minutes.
That was a great decision, I thought, just to go for poles. You know, they punched and punched and punched, just couldn't get through, but eventually got the result they wanted, which was the penalty. Take the points, build scoreboard pressure. Now it's important now for Lions to exit well here. Exit, no mistakes, play in Griquas half and reset again.
Landsberg positioning himself under the ball. What a contest from Luther Obi. An exhibition of athleticism from the number 11. And the Griquas are on the front foot. Fashir filling in at halfback. Here is Dube. Slow ball for the Griquas. Mulder. Whitehead to Roscoe Speckman. Hangs one up in the tackle. Ice. Looking to play off the ground. Fashir into contact. Ruan Smith looking for the turnover. Not on the ball according to referee Colby. Tremendous pressure on Janu Botha. The Lions defending their 22-meter line with ferocity. No clear release from Landsberg.
Yeah, that man Landsberg again. He started from that kickoff, I think, where he knocked the ball on when Luther Obi did extremely well to put pressure on him, and then him giving away the penalty. You won't be too happy with the two involvements he's had. I mean, he does well there, but it just did not release clearly. The ref did not see a release. I think that was a good call from the ref.
Mulder did well to buy the time too. Huge opportunity for the Griquas. All starts with the line out. Cleanly taken, the Lions not contesting, waiting for the rolling maul and trying to drive it towards the touchline. An effective defense thus far. Breaking away was Ace. Into touch, and the Lions defend their line.
Great stop, more stoppage from the Lions.
Give the ball. Number 2.
By not releasing the ball after the ball's gone out. I mean, that's a great result there from the Lions. Initially from that maul, covering front and middle with 2 pods, forcing the Griquas to the front, and then hitting, all using the weight, hitting them towards the touchline, which is always hard to maul off. And then a silly penalty there at the end. I mean, they've gained ground. I mean, if you ever look, everything is towards the touchline. All the forwards are working towards the touchline, using the touchline as an extra defender. Probably the easiest way, one of the easiest ways to try and stop a maul in that position.
Jaco Visagie
Peter, Darren, speed it up, okay?
prepares to feed the line out. Lions having absorbed the pressure as a result of the Griquas winning back possession of their own kickoff.
You gotta get them mark, okay? Let's get them mark. There's a mark. Give them the line.
Landsberg calling the lineouts. And he would have been taking that one, but it was very much on the outside shoulder. Disappointing from the experienced Visagie.
Yeah, naughty there from the captain. I mean, if the ball does go skew towards the left, which means he was predominantly using his right arm, just a little technical thing which he knows. He's thrown many balls before. Probably won't make that. He will make that mistake again in the future, but probably not today.
Crouch! Bye! Sit!
Mulder, Sergil hands it off to his number 9. Whitehead off to JC now. Occupies 2 defenders. Mulder with a quick ball. Not clean from the Griquas, and on the carry of Albert Liebenberg, they turn over possession.
Knock on there from Pretorius. just not protecting the ball in the ruck. I mean, it's a small skill that we get taught at a very young age. Once you place the ball, you place it with 2 hands, so you make sure that when your cleaners come through, a boot can come in and kick it through while you're on the ground. Just making sure you're securing the ball on the ground, which he didn't do obviously there.
Square. Crouch! Bite! Sit!
Nico Steyn feeds the scrum, which was moving in the favour of the Griquas as he did so. We'll have a reset thanks to referee Colby.
Scrum went down before.
Watch out for this front row of the Griquas. They fancy themselves this year.
Initially a great hit from both front rows, but just a little bit slippery, and just working before the ball has come in. Scrum needs to be stable before 9 can or is allowed to put the ball back in the scrum.
I need to stay this side. Stay off the arm, left side stop. Crouch! Bite!
It's had enough, referee Colby. Free kick to the home team.
The Griquas just over eager, just trying to work, anticipating that hit. You know, through training, I'm sure they've been in the positions more where you train those sort of situations.
Hanging it high. Of course, not being a penalty, can't put it straight into touch. Roscoe Speckman rising up. Did he take it in field? It appears he did.
That's a great kick from Tian. I mean, there's a little bit of sun left in that 22, in that corner, which is obviously hard. I mean, that's a pinpoint great kick from Tian. And a great chase by McQuindy as well. I mean, he could have just stayed, but once he kicked, he chased extremely hard, because you don't want to give Speck Magic any time on the ball.
The tempting fate irritating Speckman. Here comes the captain, Fasahi. 7 years at the Bulls. Great contest from the Griquas, but Landsberg comes down with it clean this time. And Mukendi takes it into contact. Dobela, playing fullback today, rips it free in the tackle. The pass puts Nell under pressure, and they're still playing it inside. Playing with fire here, the Griquas. The Lions do not concert themselves to that breakdown as much as they may have, and the Griquas can secure ball through Mulder. Here is the professional chef, Janu Botha. Mulder, Whitehead, high and handsome from the number 10. Swanepoel with the option to play quick, chooses otherwise.
A great kick from the experienced man, George Whitehead. That's why he's there. We've seen him do that many times. We've seen this picture many times before. And that started from that line out where Ilunga Mukendi had a great carry initially, got over the advantage line, but just not protecting the ball with both hands just before he makes contact. Opportunity out for the Lions to strike.
Clean for the Lions at line-out time. Landsberg down off the top. Claessens feeds it on a set move, and it doesn't work out.
Yeah, opportunity lost there. Jared Kane, the youngster, just overrunning it a little bit. But he'll learn. That's why he's here. You know, Claessens getting that short pass as well, just a little bit deeper, so he can run onto the ball, use his feet if he has to as well. I'm sure we'll see that again.
Don't bind too early, okay? Don't bind too early. Yeah. Crouch! Bye! Sit!
Mulder with some space to run into off the quick ball on the back of the scrum. And the grabber through allows the Griquas to continue applying pressure. Swanepoel tidies up impressively. The penalty goes the way of the home side.
Yeah, Roscoe Speckman not releasing in that tackle.
Tackle release.
I love that play. You know, a blindside play, old-fashioned 8-9, which teams don't use a lot. Because after that, he takes the ball to the line. The wing, Mukendi has to come in, put that front foot kick. You got 3-4 guys chasing that ball, and do you find Tian Sonable exposed by himself in that backfield? But obviously, in that breakdown, you need to make great decisions. But Roscoe, obviously, they're just not releasing. It extremely does well, just not releasing, just putting pressure on the breakdown. 50-50 call, but you need to be pinpoint clear for refs in that position.
Frustration is building in Roscoe Speckman. Defenders watch out. Great contest at line-out time, but tapped straight into touch by Derek Pretorius. The Lions not being allowed to have a good time at line-outs so far. Fasafi to feed. Landsberg on the dummy this time around. Smith takes it at about waist height. Straight enough, and the Lions have possession. Fasafi. Oh, the dummy and go from Niku Steyn. He's pure danger. Steyn with the offload to Renzo du Plessis. About a meter out from the line, Cairns. Not the wisest pass, and Baldwin Hansen dominated in the contact. The Griquas come flooding in. The Lions win it back. Steyn gets it away. Du Plessis. Tremendous leg drive. Steyn at the base. Here is Smith under pressure. Had to take it into contact. The Lions are going to have to work for their points now. Nordia takes it into a set defensive organization of this Griquas side. That's just how set they are, driving Cairns back from whence he came. Steyn.
On the ball,
Well, the debutant Mills taking it straight into the face of Janu Botha. Not the best of ideas to take it into the big tight head. Here's Steyn off to the captain Fasafi, changing direction, and Jonker having to come up with something under pressure. The Lions losing their shape. Steyn fires it back to Carsons, who's recognized the problem and looked for the 3 points.
22.
No good.
Yeah. I said on the ball.
Great defense from the Griquas. Hit after hit. Initially, they had the line break off the line out, scrambled extremely hard. But eventually, when they got into the 22, making those massive hits, the Lions just looked a little bit unorganized after that line break. They went from left, right, left, right, left, right, not trying to manipulate the defenders, which is hard, which is very easy to defend actually. If you want to pick and go or play off 9, you go same way. You can sweep back with your forwards, with your backs, or go same way with your backs as well. But if you're going to play left, right, you don't look organized. It's very, very easy to defend. But great defense there from the Griquas.
Also somewhat in need of somebody to drive it up the guts of the opposition. Somebody for that cold, hard ball carry in this Lions pack that needs to make meters next to the rucks.
And they do have those caliber players. Ron Smith, the great ball carrier. Jakob Isaki carried actually a few phases before. They've got those type of players. Use them, get them over the advantage line, and then once Mukendi and them will find space, they will finish for you.
Once you start seeing hits that do these kind of things to people, start changing your mind, Tara.
Especially on your debut.
Bronson Mills, captain of Cairns in 2021, on debut for the Lions in the Currie Cup today. Looking sharp with ball in hand. Didn't mind dabbling in a bit of cricket himself either. Oh boy, it's being looked into. The tackle from Botha that felled Bronson Mills. Might have been head-on-head contact. We're seeing plenty of that these days with...
Thank you, Monet. So, checking potential foul play. Dangerous tackle by number 3, Green. Okay. Tackle from Janu.
It's quite often the case, Tara, that it's the front rankers that don't bend their hips to make those hits. They're just going to stand up in the contact. And then they end up making that head-on-head contact.
With the new rules, you're going to learn the hard way. You're going to have to learn to be flexible in your hips and dipping and winning that height battle every single time. That's where the rules are. You can't make any contact from your neck above
Stand by, Griquas, just waiting for the angles.
Thank you.
Of course, in the URC earlier this season, we saw Sazi Sunday
taking the tackle.
got a red card and a couple of weeks suspension for a very similar tackle, just standing up in the hit. And it's something that the players obviously at least used to be trained to. I'm not sure if it's still going on with these new rules that you want to hit and make contact with the ball and wrap the attacking player.
You have to, I think it depends how you defend. You know, if you're a team that chops legs, you know, use double hits as well. You can use double hits when you're chopping, or use double hits, but you can hit upstairs. I know some coaches do enough that, but you obviously at more risk if you're going to be a team that trying to hold up someone, because all I'm doing, if I'm carrying, I'm going to drop
there's no
as
angles
low
on
as
field
possible
for us.
to beat
Yeah, they're struggling to
that
get it. I have it on Moby,
battle.
but I don't have it on the screen yet.
You can recommend me what with the so we can continue with the sanction, or if there is.
Here we go.
Here we go, Griff.
We're starting at yellow, Tara. Starting at yellow.
Mona, I see head
Full
contact.
speed is coming now.
I see head contact. Is it correct?
That is correct. Full speed is coming now.
Let's just confirm if that's direct or indirect. Is it direct?
Awaiting sentence. Accused number 1.
And I see the players.
Oh, more accurately,
standing
accused number 3.
Still. Okay, now he's working forward.
Oof.
Dynamic.
Dynamic, you heard those words.
So we have direct head contact.
All right, so it's a high level of danger. It's direct contact.
Oh, man.
I do not see any mitigation at the moment, Mornay.
I'm going to show you, just show it again, director.
So what I currently have is direct contact. Play is upright. It's a high level of danger. I don't see any mitigation at the moment.
Consider the level of force, and that is passive.
Okay, so you say the mitigation is the play is passive, and he's not working forward with force and dynamically.
That is correct.
So although the play, it is direct contact, although it's a high level of danger, but the play is passive, and the mitigation is that he's standing still and not
That is correct.
working
to you,
forcefully. Okay, thank you.
TMO referral is concluded. Looks like it may be
Number 3.
a fortunate escape for accused number 3.
So what we have a dangerous tackle. It's direct contact. It's a high level danger, although he's passive. That's we're considering the mitigation for that. Yeah, so it's going to be a yellow card against you.
Happy with that, Tara?
Yeah, I think it's a fair call. I mean, initially his intention was not to try and hit him in his head, but obviously with the new rules, you obviously have to be careful in terms of that high battle. But it's obviously it's never nice playing a game when another team's got a red card. But I mean, if you do something stupid, then you get the sanction that you deserve.
Of course, the Lions will be very much aware of what it's like to play with a red card, as Reinhard Rutz picked up a red card last week in a hefty loss against the Free State Cheetahs by 52 points to 5. And a change up front for the Griquas as a result of that yellow card. Coming onto the field is Junior Banda for the next 10 minutes at least.
Except Dine, right? Except the deload as well. Have respect for him. Crouch! Bye! Sit!
Zailing straight him onto the field for the Lions, presumably an HIA and a penalty advantage coming from that Lions scrum. Stain tries to scramble it away.
Standing up under pressure.
See the way that the Griquas are rushing back to the try line. That's because a number of the tries that Stain have scored this year, 6 tries in 5 matches, have been from tap and goes from 5 meters out.
Yeah, have a look at that scrum again. Run.
Yeah,
No, just standing up with Griquas, you know, they should. I know they've got one less guy. Just stay alone, stay in the fight, stay square as much as possible. and not overthink and not overdo it. You know, they're under the coach here.
Should get Luther Roby in there.
Definitely, we see the size of his legs.
Crouch! Bye! Sit!
Tries on offer out to the left for the Lions. Niku Stain waiting to clear. To the right they go via Tian Swanepoel. The grubber through. Zailing a straight on, looks confident.
He's got to check it. Yeah, he's got to check it. I saw the ball on the ground before the line. So I'm going to go on field decision try. And then you'll advise otherwise. Okay. Time is off. Ornay?
Yes, Griffey?
I've got the ball in goal on the line. Just got to confirm if the player is dead over the dead ball line. Yeah, just confirm the facts, please.
Okay, so on-field decision is try to pick where there's been in the dead ball line.
Yeah.
Morne Ferreira is the TMO today. Let's have a look at Straight Arm's effort. Looked mighty close from that first angle. Let's see if Straight Arm dots it down cleanly. There is the dead ball line. That's a try. That's your expert opinion, Terry. He waited till the final moment.
That's the best angle. But that's a great try. I think it was a good front foot kick from Swanepoel again, because he never had a sweeper there.
Griffin, you
In
can
that
secure with
position.
your on-field decision.
Thank you.
Playing off the back of another penalty advantage, they roll the dice on the grabber and they come good with Zailing a straight on to replace probably temporarily Bronson Mills.
Yeah, it's a great try from the Lions, knowing that they've got one less guy and there won't be a sweeper in that position. I mean, it's just 3-on-3. Put that front foot kick. They're already running forward as well. For guys like Luther Obi to turn and run there with 5 meters to play with, you're probably not going to win that race.
Swanepoel, sweet strike, adds the extra 2.
There's a solid scrum there. Tian Swanepoel identifying space in behind the Griquas, putting that front foot kick for the young man, Zailing straight on.
It's a 7-point game as Whitehead sends it long. Cans underneath. Cape Town schoolboy star, product of Paul Roos.
Use it, 9!
Now part of this young Lions revolution. Which is still very much in progress, as
Yeah, ball
evidenced
is
by
out.
their performance in the URC this year. Stain trying to clear. Not the best effort from the youngster.
Yeah, not the best effort from Nico Stain. Probably could kick it a lot longer. Just depends if he wants to kick it out
Let's
or
go,
if he wants to
Griquas.
kick it contestable. Just need
Let's
to make
go.
that decision in terms of the exit strategy. High penalty counter from the Griquas. And quite a lot of mistakes as well. The Lions have made about 5 mistakes. I think 4 of them were in the Griquas half. They just want to be a little bit more clinical in that area.
Ace speeds taken by the captain, Sergil. This rolling maul not working out for the Griquas today. The Lions aggressive
Leave it.
in defending that. Play off the line out. Dube on the drive against Morgan Nordier. Nordier lies and waits and makes his tackle this time. Mulder. Sergil, quick hands to Fashir. Griquas flooding around to the right. The big boys in position. Dube is skipped for Whitehead, and Nell has his kick charge down. Try scorer, Zailing a straight on. Stain recognizing there may be possibilities in the backfield. Whitehead, the only player back covering for the Bobos, as they're called. Well, attacking line out for the Lions on the result of that pressure.
Yeah, it's a good pressure kick there from Nico Stain. After the turnover, identifying that there was space in behind, kicking it behind George Whitehead. Only had one option, either to carry it out or trying to kick that thing as long as possible. Followed up by a great chase by the Lions backs, forcing him to make a bad kick.
Quickly this time from Fasachi, finding more joy at line-out time as the half wears on. Here comes the captain. Takes it in himself. Stain away to Landsberg, looking dangerous now, the home team. Head down and move forward from Janssen van Vieren. Stain away to Smith. Smith through the first tackle with the leg drive. Great riposte from JC Nell. Stain for Landsberg. And the Griquas gaining control again with their defensive effort. There you go. Turnover ball for the captain, Hanru Sergel.
A great steal from Hanru Sergel. Despite the score, I think the Griquas have defended extremely well. The only thing letting them down is that high penalty count. But that they've defended extremely well. Great steal there from the captain. That carry there from Landsberg, a little bit too narrow, forcing him to run back into that defender who's catching up. Such an easy steal to make from in that position.
Another Bulls youth product, Yanku Ace. Down off the top by Liebenberg. Eddie Fischier on the crash ball. Mulder plays to the left where there's not much space to work with, and Sergel must take it into contact. He's lost control. But in a backwardly direction, Dube takes some big contact.
Okay, that's it for me as well.
Around the corner from Derek Pretorius.
Backwards.
Raking kick. Taken in by Tian Swanepoel, by hook or by crook, and just look at the size of that boot from the number 15.
Yeah, positive clearance there from the number 15, Tian Swanepoel.
Yes.
Just not messing around in his 22. Fortunately knocked it backwards, but just kick that thing as long as possible.
Let's go,
it's good exit strategy.
Born in Windhoek, Tian Swanepoel. Ace. The Affies boy fires in to Pretorius, product of Grey College. And the rolling maul is not moving forwards. In fact, it is moving backwards, and significantly so for the Griquas. They might have to change their mind about using that as an attacking weapon. Mulder taking it forward a couple of steps, says the depth of the Griquas backline was compromised by the defensive effort from the Lions. Here is Spec Magic, who has not had the chance to sprinkle that magic dust on this match thus far. Mulder is setting up for a kick chase, and Rasku Speckman will be after this. Tremendous leap coming in from Mukendi. Nobody comes up with the goods though, and replacement front ranker Banda's on the charge. Mulder gets it away. Extreme depth from the Griquas backline, passing behind the halfway line, and now Obi, marked up on his wing, must cut in. Players calling for infringements, nothing doing from Griffin Colby. Mulder, Whitehead, Fischier. Here's the captain Sergel running the trams, the number 8, taken down by the returning Bronson Mills. Mulder to Whitehead to Dube. Met at the game line and put down by the two front rankers of the Lions, and this live wire, Nico Stain, puts his imprint on the match once more. Speckman trying to place the ball.
Yeah.
Referee
Tackle still on the
Colby
wrong side and you're holding on.
feels he was not given that opportunity.
Still on the wrong side. And never released the player on the ground as well, yeah. He kept on holding on the tackle player, not releasing him. Number 2.
Oh, Spec magic. Clearing the scraps after that block off. Just get his team in a penalty. You know, there's a great block off there from Nico Steyn.
So if you tackle him, you've got to release him, yeah. Okay.
Did extremely well
Can't
to
keep on holding on
identify
in the
that.
ground, yeah.
You know, Johan Mulder was looking for that kick in behind. Putting the Griquas under massive pressure. There's another good defender set
so
from the
he's
Lions, making
holding him
massive
on the ground
hits.
all the time, not releasing the
Ron
tackle
Smith,
player.
Jacob Visache, the guys we spoke about earlier, those
Not
team
giving him a chance
leaders,
to place the ball.
leading by example, getting off the line. It's always hard as a leader if I expect a certain standard from your team and then you're not delivering. That's good from them.
Whitehead does not get those flags in the sky this time around. Unusual turn of events for this number 10. Nicky Steyn looking for action, as always.
Thank you. So you can't
like
play
those
quickly,
sort of
bring back
lines.
the yellow card.
I like those sort of nines, you know, just playing on instinct, keeping on your feet all the time. You look at that
Just get him
Grant
behind
Williams, you give that boy a sniff, he's gone.
Sanele Nohamba.
The list is endless in this country. We're so blessed with scrum house.
Swanepoel sends it long. It's landed up in the opposition's 22 here at altitude. Dobella in the 15, off to Whitehead. Nobody chasing that significantly enough for the Griquas, so able to take it was Mukendi. Did well in the end. The DRC-born winger. Visache into contact. Steyn. Claessens to Smith. Can he get it away in the contact? Smith, he can. Jonker takes it to ground. Jonker, another one of the players that was on the bench for the URC match yesterday against Leinster. He's starting the match today.
Stay on your feet, Dube.
Yeah, Dube. You know, initially making a good hit, but not releasing. Getting off their feet after looking to go for the ball. It's a good decision here from the Lions to go for the points. You know, they've had quite a few opportunities in the Griquas half. Haven't converted as much as they would have liked. Derek Pretorius and Dube just not releasing.
Stay on your feet.
Staying off their feet. Clear instruction from the ref to stay on their feet if they want to contest for that ball.
Looking like a giraffe at a watering hole. It's not easy for the Lux. Other thing I was thinking, Tara. So debutant Bronson Mills in the number 12 jersey went off for an HIA, got that treatment. The player that replaced him, on for about 90 seconds, scored a try. It's a cold world.
Definitely is. I think he'll be happy just to stay off the field for today.
+50 meter kick from Tian Swanepoel. Bouncing off the posts. Back into play. JC Nell fires it clear. Convincingly so.
Thank you.
Tian Swanepoel had the distance. Just slightly missing out in the direction. The ball hitting the post. But for me, it's never a bad decision. It's never a bad ploy to go for points. If you miss it, you get possession back. They kick the ball out. Yes, it's a bit further, closer to the halfway. But they have another opportunity in Griquas half to attack, to strike. Try and form some sort of pressure to get some points.
Visache finds Smith. Nicky Steyn. Back in the action. Bronson Mills. Claessens away to Swanepoel. You can see how that second receiver for the Lions so often is catching it with man and ball and having to dodge the tackle before making a decision about how to attack.
On the ball for me.
Seeing the outside back starved of possession thus far. Steyn to Claessens. Hangs one centrally for a number of Lions players to chase, but there is Roscoe Speckman. Tremendous work from the Griquas under pressure, and Mulder defeating a few tackles, sees an opportunity. and attempts to seize it.
Stop playing
Whitehead.
advantage for side.
Sergil. Nell. Fashia. Mulder. Here comes Roscoe. Speckman down the center. He has plenty to do. Fires it wide. What a tackle that is from Renzo Duplessis. Speckman fires it back inside. The move is still on. Derek Pretorius into contact. Mulder to Whitehead. Whitehead to Sergil. Dube on the run. Sergil into the gap that he created, and Dobela there to protect. Mulder fires away. Here's Fashia. The Lions regrouping. A penalty advantage to the Griquas, and the penalty comes.
That's cynical for you.
Ooh-wee.
All right.
What a break
Captain.
from Spec Magic. I mean, from up top here, you could see him calling
Captain,
a face
we've got a clear line
before.
break.
Great communication, line
number
break,
one
and then the
offside.
support play from
Number 7, OT release.
from Albert
Cynical attention is gonna be
Liebenberg, just
over.
not having the legs to go all the way.
Yeah.
Would have loved if that one of the
cynical.
backs were in that position to finish off that great break from Speckman.
Clear line break, number 1 offside, and tackle not releasing.
Cynical is the call. Cairns sees yellow.
Cynical for me.
So 1 yellow per team thus
What are you gonna
far. Janu Buerta back
Tap
on
and
the
play.
field for the Griquas. 15 against 14 for the visiting side. About 2 minutes to play to half-time. No set play will be called. It's a tap and go. The captain's over the ball, and he gets it away to Yankues. Over the line, the Griquas score immediately, capitalizing on the yellow card, and they're back in the game.
Well-deserved try from the Griquas. It started from the line back from Roscoe Speckman, putting heaps a lot of pressure. Teams are using this ploy a lot lately. Tap and go, use the big forwards with almost a latch in behind. Running at backs, you always going to be tough. Always going to be tough on forwards, running in their pods into their backline players. Very simple but yet effective.
Okay.
Yanko ace.
Okay, cool.
It's a good try from the Griquas.
Thank you.
What number was your favorite backline player to run into, Tara?
Definitely the number 10 position.
No, those are the ones you want. I don't want to be touched. Here is one of those number 10s, George Whitehead. Unsuccessful with his previous effort. A penalty that one was. Wow, Whitehead back to back. Missed kicks, 10 points to 8, the Lions lead.
Nice little trick play from the Griquas. Simple tap and kick. Move the ball a channel wider, right straight into the backs. Who probably don't never practice, stopping for big forwards running at them. Was a good trick play from the Griquas, which deserved a try.
Number 9/number 10 as well, of course, Jurek Claessens, diminutive as he is. Number 9 for SA Schools. Once upon a time. Up it goes from Tion Swanepoel. Wow, what a take that is. He's been showing his prowess in the sky today. Lunga Mukendi takes one clean this time. Landsberg gets man and ball. Kudzwai Dube is playing this year. And here is Renzo Duplessis.
Leave it.
Tremendous athletic, dynamic talent Renzo Duplessis is. You saw him tracking down Liebenberg for that potential try off the play from Spec Magic. See if he can get some ball in hand on attack. Stain. Off to Janssen van Vieren. The hooter has sounded in the background. Last chance saloon for the Lions here. And Duplessis on the carry. Dube looking for the turnover. Gets the goods.
Kutai Dube had 2 big moments in that defensive set. Made a great hit 2 phases ago to get the team steal. That's well done there from the young man. Now here's another last opportunity from the Griquas. Trying to get into the Lions half, trying to convert some points. If they score here, they'll be happier between the two teams.
He's been hitting the gym since he left Glenwood. Reinhard Jonker, son of Marius Jonker, of course, in the refereeing ranks of South Africa. Griquas prepared to feed. Now the hooter having sounded in the background, the Griquas got that penalty well after that hooter and kicked a touch. They had the option to bring it closer this half, trailing by just the 2 points, but they backed themselves. Ace feeds to Michael Amidas. Mulder slightly floated past and Sergil punches it up in the midfield. Disrupted Mulder was. Away to JC Nell. Whitehead off to Dobella, and now Obi on the wing, just not creating any gaps with all of this ingenuity on the set plays. The Griquas, the Lions defensive line staying strong. A penalty advantage coming. Liebenberg on the carry.
Balls out, yep.
Janu Buerta. Obi.
Still playing advantage.
Not afraid to take it up the guts. Nickerstein, not afraid of anything at all.
Late tackle.
Off the ball, and of course a scrum half is involved. Gee, but they're my favorite players in the rugby game.
Yep.
The scrum half, Nickerstein.
Late tackle.
Just keeps needling you and needling you. Nickerstein. What a talented youngster he is, the Glenwood product.
I'll do something about it, sorry. That's this is penalty, yeah. Not the same incident. Say again.
9 on 9. Swear they could be cousins. The two blonde bombshells in the number 9 jersey today. The Griquas having kicked for touch after the hooter in their own 22-meter line, kicking for touch, winning another penalty. They now move right onto the 22-meter line of their opposition.
No, it's fine, don't worry.
So their confidence paying off thus far. Can they make it count? Ace, Sergil, clean take this time, no rolling mole. Fired away from Smith to Obi. Obi upright in the challenge, fighting to get to ground. The Lions have wrapped him up. It's tremendous defense from the home side.
It's a maul.
Yeah, great defense from the Lions. Managed to hold Luther Obi up, running too upright in the tackle. Morgan O'Dear working extremely hard, using upper body strength. You must be strong to hold up Luther Obi. Yeah, what a great way to finish here from the Lions, not conceding of any tries or any points.
Well, this match is ramping up. The outside back seeing more ball and more intensity. There will be more attacking rugby and inevitably more tries, because this is the Currie Cups round 6, and at half time the Lions lead by 10 points to 8.
I'm super excited to announce the new Sky Box is launching April 19th. And I can't wait to show you all the amazing new features that will transform your Sky experience. Take a look on April 19th.
This year, everything changes. This is Supercars Gen 3. Camaro v Mustang.
This is going to be a ripper.
After its record-breaking season, the rest of the grid is out to stop the reign of the kids.
Shane Van Gisbergen just been extraordinary. And he's turned it. What a battle.
Perth Super Sprint starts April 28th, live Sky Sport. Coverage proudly brought to you by Repco.
Kia ora, Valentina. Welcome to UFC on Sky.
Rav hosts UFC's Best.
Thanks for having me on the show.
No worries at all.
Every Thursday, importing UFC exclusives direct to you.
You are in for a treat. How's it all been going?
And it's made me feel like an amateur, to be honest.
Foot to the floor, just getting after it.
Saw Conor McGregor call me iconic.
Everyone in the top 10 can beat anyone.
Israel Adesanya is one of the best ever.
Heard it here first.
Yeah, exactly. UFC on Sky. New episode every Thursday, Sky Sport.
This is the ANZ Premiership. Pulse Steel tonight, live Sky Sport 1.
Wait, ball. Close game. Nearly blowing off the roof. He'll make it pay. We have a game of basketball with us. Knocks it down.
Catch all the unlimited action of the Sal's NBL. Every game live on Sky Sport.
The NRL Telstra Premiership, Rabbitohs, Panthers, Thursday, live, Sky Sport 4.
Formula One lights up Azerbaijan on Sky Sport.
Vamos, come on! And it's lights out and away we go! A new adventure in Formula One.
April 28, Sky Sport.
This season, get behind the LPGA Tour.
What a shot from Nelly Porter. It's going to be a tap in.
Good drive from Lydia Ko.
Stay fixed on these athletes as they have fun along the way.
Well, how good is that? Beautifully played.
The LPGA, live all season with Sky Sport.
New Zealanders are starting to believe.
You are kidding me. It all comes down to this. Brilliant goal.
What a moment.
Unbelievable.
It's a 2-point game in Gauteng this afternoon, the final match of round 6 in the Currie Cup. We're approaching the halfway point and these two teams are fighting to get into their top half. The Griquas 7th with 10 points after 5 games, the Lions in 5th. Tara, this is how it went down.
That was a good start. Been a good start from the Lions initially. Put it all under pressure, putting in pressure, building scoreboard pressure. The Griquas just taking the points every single time they got there. You know, the great carry from Nordia and a great clean again from the captain Jakob Visachi.
It's been a conservative approach from both sides and it started out with the boot, but they've been growing into the match and more attacking play was seen later in the half and a couple of yellow cards as well.
Yeah, I think the Griquas had conceded 2 penalties here and they eventually got the yellow card. Great front foot kick from Tian Sonapol. And a great try there from the youngster, Zelinga Stradom. Identifying that the line was going to get there very late to try and sweep in that position. Very hard to defend. Great identifying of space from the backs. And the Lions, the Griquas putting the Lions under massive pressure. Great break initially from Roscoe Beckman, getting into that kill zone. Quick tap, trick play, run into the backs. Never going to stop them there. It was a good try from the Griquas.
Barnstorming number 2, Young Ace getting over the line and the attacking play continued thereafter, just unable to capitalize both sides. The Lions had a chance towards the end of the half. The Griquas went back after the hooter. But these are the numbers from the first half. Anything standing out for you there, Tara?
I think the territory, the 63%, 37 to the Griquas. You'd swear the Lions would, every single time that they win the territory battle, get into their half, concede, get as many points as they can. And also the penalties conceded, 7 each. I'm sure teams at this level would want to concede not more than 10 each. That's a very high number for both teams. 14 penalties in one half for both of them is a bit too high for me.
Some troubles at line-out time as well for the Lions.
They're in a fortunate position to have a Michael van Vuur to come in, Steve Sitola, guys who've been there before as well. Just 1 or 2 skew throws from the captain, but nothing that he can't fix now in the half. But nothing to worry or panic about.
Another 40 minutes coming away in just a moment. Don't you go anywhere. It's the Lions against the Griquas.
Can't ask for more.
The Black Caps Tour of Pakistan, live on Sky Sport.
The ANZ Premiership, live Sky Sport.
Sky Sports serves you up the world's greatest tennis players at some of the most prestigious tournaments.
And yet another success story on the ATP Tour. Oh, you are kidding me. What a game this is turning into. That is unbelievably good. Oh, what a moment.
ATP Tour Masters 1000, live Sky Sport.
Oh, that's exquisite.
This is superb rugby league.
The NRL Telstra Premiership, live on Sky Sport.
Where the Crawdads Sing, streaming now on Sky Go for Sky Movie subscribers.
It's time to get back on the road.
This is wild.
As their trek through the Aussie Outback continues.
Mate, it's big and it's cheesy, Jimmy!
Yeah! Rod's starting to look a bit pale under the eyes. And if he starts stewing, apparently that's the end of it.
New series, Opal Hunters Red Dirt Road Trip. Thursdays 8:30 on Discovery.
River Pro, Thursday, live Sky Sport. Coverage brought to you by World Surf League. Fight for Life is back April 27 with the Rugby vs. League rivalry firing up again for I Am Home with the Hitman, Tutupor, the Kiwis cap Asotasi, Sevens legend Forbes, the Warriors babe Almuina, Boxing Pros Liam Meta, the Justin Hodges, plus explosive NZ boxers Mikhailovic, Pampaloni, and headlining Mea Motu challenging for her first title fight. Fight for Life, April 27th, live on Sky Arena and Sky Sport Now pay-per-view. For more info, go to skyarena.co.nz.
Welcome to Azerbaijan, the Grand Prix circuit of surprises.
Lights out, away we go. Leclerc locks up, Perez takes the lead.
Max Verstappen past Sergio Perez.
He's got the inside line, Hamilton goes through. Max Verstappen takes victory in Baku.
Was that a good race, or was that a good race?
The Super Sprint Motorsport NZ Championship hits the mighty Manawatu. The Toyota 86 Championship has young gun Brooke Gilchrist so close to winning the title. Round 7, live Sky Sport. These Kiwis are set to soar in top flight European rugby.
That is absolutely fantastic.
Heineken Champions Cup, live Sky Sport.
Two sides tussling for the top half of the table have 40 minutes left to make it happen, and the Lions, the Fidelity ADT Lions, playing on the home ground of Emirates Airline Park, formerly known famously as Ellis Park, of course, are in a narrow lead by 2 points against last season's finalists, the team that hosted the final and came up just short by 26 points to 19 in that historic day when the Pumas lifted the trophy for the very first time. Who will it be this season? That remains to be seen. The Lions fans have come out to find out after a full day of entertainment yesterday if they were down here, which saw a double-header in the Vodacom URC, where, of course, the sides are making that final push for the knockout places. Not the Lions, unfortunately, whose players will be repopulating this Currie Cup later in the season. And Terra, that bodes well for the side in white and red if they can welcome back the likes of Q and Horn and the boys into this Currie Cup setup and make a push for that trophy.
I think it goes back to your earlier question, like who's going to win the Currie Cup, who's are the favorites. It's hard to say. You know, the URC comes up, it's going to end soon, so that the likes of the Lions who are not going to make the playoffs in the URC, their players will probably slot back in, which will help these youngsters a hell of a lot. The Sharks as well, see how far they can go, the Stormers. So there's still a lot of rugby to be played, and then just to see those top URC guys coming and playing in the Currie Cup, I'm sure a lot of the fans and a lot of us will be happy to see, you know, such a prestigious competition that we love so much. It has so much history you know, it deserves for the best players to be playing in this competition.
The last time that the Lions won the Currie Cup was back in 2015. Wrong time between drinks for a union so large as the Lions, and so proud indeed. Of course, looking for that next prosperous generation. We all remember when they were tearing it up in Super Rugby, and that team slowly dismantled over time.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. I remember I played against the Lions in those days. It was never fun coming up here, playing against them. And you know what's funny, whenever they made playoffs, they would choose to play at 2 o'clock when the sun is up and run every single thing. It was always tough to play against the Lions.
And that's why the South African fans fell in love. Tries galore. What a time it was for the fans of Johannesburg, who would desperately love to fill the stadium again for a successful side. Of course, negotiating the new realities of the URC, proving challenging for one and all. Besides the Stormers, of course, who lifted the trophy in their first season. But as we continue to work out the various kinks in these competitions between the URC and the Currie Cup and how to manage that with the squads, there will be opportunities for one and all, and this competition is very much up in the air after 6 rounds. Swanepoel sends it skywards. Eddie Fischer, formerly of the Pumas, underneath that ball, securing well and moving forward. Formerly of the Lions as well, Eddie Fischer. Here is Dobela, usually a number 10, where he is electrifying. Hasn't had much hand on ball today. Amiras brought down. Mulder to Whitehead. Captain Sergil to Fischer. They have been keen to run all day long, just haven't been able to make it happen as this Lions defense continues to scramble and fall to the outside so effectively. Mulder, Whitehead to Dube in the midfield, looking to punch a hole. Gets it to Sergil, great tackle. Number 8 on number 8 as Porter dumped backwards in the tackle. Obi lining up. The number 15, Swanepoel, sees no problem putting the muscle-bound winger to ground. Sergil can't hold on, and here is Swanepoel trying to initiate the attack for the Lions. Clever play from Mills, hanging it over the top. There's nobody home for the Griquas, and the debutant just put in a dinger.
Bronson Mills. That was a great kick from the youngster. What an explosive start here from the Griquas, not kicking the ball away, playing wide to wide, getting a lot of touches, getting a lot of space out wide. The Lions a bit too narrow on defense, but eventually making that mistake. And the Lions transitioning. That was a great kick there from the youngster.
50-22 as well, so Lions put into the lineup.
Okay. Yeah, time is off.
Like the cheating. The cheat was 150.
Darian Landsberg is the player in the number 5, checking a possible head knock. Would appear.
Yeah. I think it was fine. Yeah.
I think it was a tackle again. We tried to make a spot tackle from Dube. You'd swear that they're best mates and they've had a go at each other today.
It was cleared, that is fine.
But I see he was cleared from the HIA, can remember everything. It's good to see. It's never nice when you see players coming off the field of concussion. Or suspected concussion, that is.
Just get him open, Dube. Time is on.
Smith the target again for the Lions. Their line-out woes solved for the time being. Can they get forward motion with this rolling maul? The resistance from the Greek was strong enough for now. Steyn with ball in hand. Plays it away to Bronson Mills. Niku Steyn to Fasahi. They were waiting for him around the corner. Sergil with a big hit. The Griquas are having none of it. Stefan Karol, Smith and friends driving back the Lions. Here is Landsberg. A touch more hesitation in the ranks of the Lions now, seeing those 2 big hits and finding themselves beyond the 22-meter line. It is ferocious in defense, including Janu Buerta, who's already seen yellow. Steyn gets it away to Jonker, using those dancing feet. Multiple options to receive that ball from Steyn. In the end, it's Smith. who sets the ruck. Another aggressive carry from Peter Janssen van Vieren. Has a lot of grunt for this Lions side, and here is Renzo Duplessis, who's very much more ranging and athletic loose forward.
There's no left of the ball.
Well, Fashir deemed to not be trying to make the turnover, just playing for the penalty. How are you doing? Wow, the Lions are traveling backwards with ball in hand. Smith drops his shoulder and moves forward, as a front ranker should. Juncker with soft hands, creating an opportunity now as Mills cuts the line wide open. Luther Obi anticipating the pass, makes the interception. Mills tries for the turnover, and the youngsters got it. What a debut he's having. The Griquas appear to have secured ball. Just about Obi is getting inventive. An explosive period of play just outside the 22-meter line of the Griquas. Will continue with the run from Sergio, and over the ball the Lions, and he support his own bodyweight. Landsberg, it won't matter in the end. Obi with from a standing start with nothing in his mind really. Interesting that from the Griquas, and that's the experienced set of Whitehead, seeing that there's a touch of inertia going on and sending the ball long downfield, leaving it in the hands of Klaassen to respond. Great kick from Whitehead, driving them back as far as he possibly could. Speckman with the pressure. Dobella underneath this, an attacking opportunity for the Griquas. He's on his own here, Dobella. Ooh, if he goes to ground, he's in trouble.
Not a good decision. You probably want to get that ball into the middle. You know, hit the ball in the middle to George Whitehead. If he's not going to kick it back, and you have two sides to attack. Running back on that short side, it's by himself. You know, they've got two fullbacks in the defensive system. If you're gonna run back, you need to make sure that you gain meters, or you're gonna get a line back in that position closer to the touchline.
The Landsberg-Fasaki connection cancelled for the time being, as the alternate
good,
targets have provided more fruits for the Lions. And there's another dummy from Landsberg. Once again successful. Looked like Janssen van Vieren taking. And Niku Steyn dancing with death on the touchline. Adlashe convinced he stepped into touch. And so he did. This match remains on a knife's edge. 2 points in it.
Just small mistakes creeping in now. Peter Janssen van Vieren does extremely well to win the ball of the line out, but a poor delivery for the 9, Niku Steyn. Yes, he probably made a bad decision, but all that pressure that was coming from that line out forced him to go towards the touchline. It's good defense there from the Griquas. They've defended extremely well in this first half, in the first 5 minutes.
A number of lanky individuals in this Griquas pack gives them plenty of options at line-out time. For Shear and at first receiver on the crash ball. Klaassen's clearly being targeted in that number 10 jersey for the Lions. It's not the most aggressive defender in the Currie Cup. Now forward comes Michael Amidas. Mulder Smith off to Whitehead. Flat ball just as the Griquas look to be finding their polish. They put the ball down on the ground again, and the side which was so recognizable from 2022, playing free-flowing attacking rugby, has been stuttering in 2023.
The doctor is back on.
Derek Pretorius with the handling error. Be very disappointed with that mistake. You know, 5 handling errors, 4 from the Lions. You know, they've had a very good start defensively, and it was almost their first time getting into that Lions half, and they want to convert those opportunities. It's a very tight game, very close. It's going to come down to small margins, small, winning those big moments.
Well, neither side could be said to be dominating this match in terms of possession or territory. Which leaves it up in the air, as so many in Currie Cup matches are this year in 2023, with these big unions coming to terms more with balancing the URC and the Currie Cup and being able to blood these youngsters in a more organized fashion than perhaps in previous seasons, or last season specifically for the Fidelity ADT Lions. Because last season they unleashed their youngsters wholesale on this tournament and they won just 2 of their 12 matches. Those 2 wins coming right at the death as well. They finished 7th out of 7 teams, convincingly on the bottom of the log. But in so doing, they gave a lot of these players a full year's worth of Currie Cup, the likes of Jared Cairns, the likes of Carl Smith, who still plays for Wits as well, Nico Steyn, Reinhard Jonker, Baldwin Hansen, all benefiting from that opportunity in 2022, albeit a punishing one.
Bye! Sit!
Andre Warner.
Timing, gentlemen. Get your timing better, please. Yeah, get your timing better.
On the 21 jersey, the experienced halfback replacing Nico Steyn.
That's fine, it's both teams, just timing.
Clear call from the ref, just timing from the 2 front rows. It's a little bit wet underfoot. Obviously from the 2 games I played last night, so I didn't give the ground enough time to recover.
Yeah, just wait for the calls, timing.
About a person.
Bye!
It is alive.
Sit!
Warner.
Tight it. On his knees, tight it. On his knees.
Clear and concise call from Griffin Colby. And he's pumped, his Janu Botha, the Bloem boy. Wants to see his team move forward, and indeed George Whitehead will point to the posts and have a shot.
Check that side, okay.
Having missed his last 2.
Initially a good hit from both teams. And Nodia just getting on his knees there. Clear call from the ref. Lost that hit, lost his bind. Getting on his knees.
Morgan Nordia, one of the unfortunate few who spent some years at the Mpumalanga Pumas and chose to call it a day in 2021. 1 year too soon. Having missed his last 2, he's made it back to back misses George Whitehead. And that is a collector's item. You will not see that again, possibly into the rest of his career. 3 kicks in a row, and this one straight in the middle of the field. It's gutting stuff for the Griquas.
You get those days, you know. You hardly ever see George Whitehead missing as many as he did today. But a great player nonetheless. You know, they've got another option, Lubabalo Dobela, who's an accomplished kicker as well. It's interesting, the next opportunity that they get. Will George continue? Or will Dobela have a go as well? Who's a very good kicker.
Up at line on time, Michael Amilas, more perfection from the Griquas.
It's a tackle now.
Duer on the corner. Mulder playing it to the blind side for Shea. He's been busy and accurate all afternoon. Mulder to Sergil. Truly has put in a captain's knock. Whitehead gets it away. Great defense from Jonker, shooting up and reading the play well. Griquas retain possession. Dobela loses his footing. Mulder away to Liebenberg. Great play from the Griquas to free up space on the outside. Can Luther Obi make anything of it? Claessen's never going in for that turnover, and here comes Sergil. And here comes Whitehead. Duer!
Number 1.
Hungry for the ball at all times.
Okay.
Mulder. Whitehead to Speckman. Here comes Speck Magic. The grubber through is for Hansen to field. Dobela putting pressure on along with Roscoe. Not a bad result.
Yeah, great result. Great kick there from Roscoe Speckman. Identifying that there was space in behind, putting in that front foot kick, and the rest of the back chasing, hunting together. The experienced man, Roscoe Speckman, was a great kick from him.
Famous Blitzbock, of course.
Yep.
Roscoe Speckman.
Yeah. Just let the ripple make contact, okay?
Not just locally, but internationally famous. One of the finest sevens players in the last 10 to 20 years.
Let's go.
And he's not the only exponent of the sevens game on the field today. Lubabalo Dobela going to the blitz box to find some game time before returning to the 15-man game. Go time for the Griquas. Ace feeds. Pretorius receives.
One sideways.
Look at the wedge they set to make sure they don't go into touch. Can they find a second surge for the line? They can't. The Lions defense standing up strong. Great stuff from the home team, and Renzo du Plessis is happy.
And Lions' mall defense has been extremely good today, allowing the Griquas to forcing them to win the ball to the front, and again using the touchline as an extra defender. All that weight, all that energy is towards the touchline.
Du Plessis on the carry. Cairns, two young loose forwards, the future of Lions rugby. If they're able to retain their services. Warner back to Swanepoel. Very, very quality touch finder there from Swanepoel. No chance of the quick throw-in.
Tian Swanepoel, he's had a solid game off the boot today. You know, he's got a big boot. It makes a massive difference in your team, and you've got a very good kicker with a long kicking game where you can exit well, get out of your half, not just to transfer that pressure back to the Griquas, but an opportunity for the Griquas again to try and strike, try to get some points, to transfer the pressure back to the Lions as well.
Ace feeds Pretorius. The recipient again. Smith sends it away for Shear to Mulder. Here's Dobela. Beats the first. Dobela. Taken to ground by Jonker. Just one player in position, and the Griquas eventually the pressure telling. The Lions with a turnover. No dear. Dynamic front ranker he is. Hansberg to Smith.
It's over.
Wasn't interested in running that ball. Smith knew where it was going, sent it back for the clearance. Now Whitehead in possession of the pass from Obi. Obi who will chase after this kick, but without much intent, and now Claessens has the chance to respond. This an attacking kick from Claessens, and the bounce from is allowed by Pretorius, brilliantly taken in by Swanepoel. So the high ball tactic paying off for the Lions, just getting away with his efforts on the ground there. George Whitehead, Jonker gets it away to Smith. Carl Smith delayed that pass to the final second, and Ilunga Mukendi could not hold on. A Wits player to a UJ player, and the ball goes down to ground.
Yeah, Carl Smith. You can see the frustration after that pass, you know.
He was on his feet.
There's a great chase from Swanepoel again, you know, chasing his own kick. You know, making a good decision not to go for the offload. Carl Smith probably should have taken the ball himself, running out of space, or playing Mukendi a lot earlier, and then running that support line. Very disappointing from both players.
Okay. We'll confirm it, yeah. Let's just go scrum first. Yeah.
Now it's got to be tough for Mukendi. Not many chances for the winger. Spent some time with the Sharks as well.
Time off.
Some replacements coming onto the field. There is Neil Atu. Often the captain of the Griquas, the captain all season leading up to the final, which he unfortunately could not take part in. Some family tragedy towards the end of last year's Currie Cup season for the Ottos.
Are we happy with
also leaving the field now, Yanku Ace.
All right, thank you. Let's go.
Hooker for the Griquas.
There's your mark. Scrum.
Gustav the Goose Durant coming on.
Yeah. Time back on. Crouch. All right, new hooker. Respect the cap.
There's the bulletin front ranker coming straight out of Benoni.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Mulder feeds and the Lions feast.
Always love a reaction after a scrum penalty. You know, the Griquas getting a new front row. Always going to be tough to try and adjust, you know, the momentum, what's happening within the game, how the ref is reffing the scrums, that is. Great opportunity here for the Lions to put some pressure on the Griquas. You know, the experienced front row, Ruan, Nodia, Jakub Visaki working extremely hard, working together as well, working through the Griquas. It was a great scrum from them.
Visaki feeds to Landsberg. Desperate to get this maul on the go early. You can see him crying out. The Lions looking solid, but the Griquas directing this towards the touchline. Is it under control at the back?
That's one!
No more momentum for the Lions. Through the middle is the call. Smithers hands on the ball. Mulder's in there. The Griquas defense. Gargantuan.
Jonker probably wouldn't find himself in that position a lot.
Move from this.
Initially a great shot from the Lions, great maul, great set, got a lot of momentum, a lot of energy into that maul. But the Griquas recovered well. You know, Pretorius Liebenberg working through that maul. Did extremely well to save that maul and get through that line out. And the 9, obviously Mulder finishing it off. Stefan Smith did some great work through that maul.
He did. Very successful tucky. Stefan Karel Smith, as was Hanru Sergel, as was Johan Mulder. They'll be absolutely disgusted with what they've seen going on down there in Tucky Land this year. Relegated to the Varsity Shield. Surely to bounce back immediately, but that remains to be seen next year. Well, take a look at that, Tara. For all the excitement we're seeing, we're approaching 20 minutes without any score, and 10 points to 8 it remains. It's a troubling trend for the rest of the season for this Griquas side, which just is not getting out of the blocks right now.
Oh, definitely. I think as a spectator, as a supporter, you're looking at this game, you want more excitement and more entertainment. But you got to give credit where it's due. Both teams, I think, have defended extremely well. Making double hits, getting off the line, not giving the attack enough time to think or make decisions, forcing each other to kick the ball long, forcing each other to make mistakes as well. I think defensively, both teams have been very good today.
Kudzwa Dube itching for this next scrum after what happened last time around.
Bye! Sit!
Yep, watch that far side. Smith on Dube. That's where it's going down.
Get your head in the gap. Here's the mark. Get the mark first and then get
our front rows as well. Never ever agree with the ref, whatever decision is made of scrums. Just a little bit over eager there, Ruan Smith. Hitting a little bit early.
Thank you. Lions, let's go.
Captain of the Griquas in the final year, last year, Sango Kamlashe, one of 2 Kamlashe brothers on the scene. His brother Siba, tremendous talent. Darian Landsberg receiving again. He's stepped back into the fray at line-out time in the second half. Renzo Duplessis stopped before he could start. Cairns on the carry. The Lions looking organized off these first couple of phases. Klaasen's away to Jonker. Flat ball there for Swanepoel joining the line. Warner. Slowly as it comes to Visaki. Now Cairns slightly isolated. Warner. Klaasen sends it deep. And they get caught deep via Bronson Mills. Great leg drive. He's had a great debut, the number 12. No question of that. Klaasen seeing that charge down, pinballing around.
Take this out.
Klassen capitalizes on the loose ball. Warner away to Landsberg, gets rid of Otto. The second time of asking. A replacement loose forward. Makes his hit. Here's Warner. Jumping the gun there, the Griquas, no question of it.
Okay, playing advantage.
There it is, the advantage coming the way of the Lions. Carl Smith into contact.
Yeah, advantage for offside, that's fine, I'm happy with that. Player falling into the tackle.
I think if you could draw a pitch map, you would see that the Lions, anytime they have ball in hand and they put together a couple of phases, they travel more meters backwards than they do forwards. Approaching the halfway line now, going back for the penalty advantage. You'll notice Griffin Colby is going to walk towards the try line of the opposition.
Again, good defense from the Griquas.
15.
Just unlucky 15. Look about it, just jumping that gun as well. He just needs to be, well, not only him, but just as the team, just to be a little bit more disciplined in terms of jumping. They obviously want to get line speed, but you just need to be disciplined on when to you can go off. You know, the Lions had a line out on the halfway, and ended up 6 phases later behind the halfway as well, which has been great defense from them. This obviously getting a penalty now is not the result that they would have wanted.
Penalty.
Tian Swanepoel. The flags are raised. The Lions taking their chance. A penalty converted, and the Griquas will be smarting on the back of that. Having seen Whitehead miss a couple back to back to back. I think it was 8 points worth off the boot for Whitehead. Should have changed this game altogether. So the Griquas remain chasing it here at Emirates Airline Park with less than 20 to play. On this Gauteng evening, Eddie Forshia presumably moving into the 10 to replace Whitehead as Kamlash has come on, who is the center. It's long from Forshia, too long.
Okay.
Eddie Forshia overcooking that kickoff. Not the result that they would have wanted. You know, after defending so well and then giving away a penalty. And now giving the Lions another opportunity to absorb some pressure, convert pressure.
Boxing! Let's go!
Crouch! Bye! Sit!
The Lions scrum are looking ferocious in the second 40 minutes. Warner picks up, ready for the penalty.
Staying straight under pressure.
Oh, great scrum from the Lions. The forwards have played extremely well, I must say. Stopping maul, scrumming well as well. Having a decent maul. Great scrum from that experienced front row. The Griquas there will be kicking themselves in the foot. You know, 1 or 2 penalties, not kicking the ball out, losing a scrum here as well. Again, pulling out of the fight. All they just needed to do, just stay in that fight, stay in that fight.
Yeah, so the flanker was also not bound in that one. So.
It feels like just moments ago it was a 2-point game. This to make it an 8-point game and make it more than one converted score that the Griquas have to achieve. Not so sweet from Swanepoel this time around. It's 13 points to 8. And the door remains ajar for the Griquas. Steve Sitola making his way onto the field in the 17 for the Lions.
Wait. Subs are being
and it
made.
Looks like JC Pretorius has graced the park in the Currie Cup for the very first time. The 7 sensation is here. hopefully to set this tournament alight. We shall see Johan Retief, hard as granite, coming off the bench for the Griquas.
Are we good to continue?
13 caps for Namibia.
Can we continue? Okay.
It's JC now, professional operator in the 13 jersey. The backline hasn't had much to do in the second half. Really interesting one, that one from JC now. Not sure if it was grab it or dropped. Here's Renzo Duplessis, and this guy can run. Here comes Renzo. He's lost it in contact, and he'll be frustrated with that.
Yeah, we're definitely frustrated with that. After busting, making a busting run. Very explosive. But just not protecting the ball afterwards. Very common mistake that we see that we actually don't want to see. I'm sure coaches spend a lot of time in those soft skills.
Let's go, Griquas.
Once you make contact, you brace, you look after the ball if you're not going to offload it. Almost using two hands, protecting the ball to recycle and then play from there.
Remember the message, left side strong. Don't bind the arm, okay? Crouch! Bind! Sit!
There's another tucky on the field. Debut Dlamini, and he sees the penalty come his way off the back of that scrum.
Tight it. Yeah.
Cabos. Bezuidenhout. Just illegal scrumming, dropping his bind. Again, a new front row. It almost seems as if all these front rows that come in today, they'll concede a penalty first on just to get a feel of the ref.
He just dropped the scrum. Yeah, overextending, going down. Your side was fine. Happy to go? Okay, cool. Time is still on.
Eddie Fischer looking confident. Okay. He's got the 12 on his back, but he's playing 10 now. As you can see, his position there. Kamlashe looks like he's standing at inside center. JC Neld in the 13. Regan Aranya in the 21, standing furthest to the right on the wing for the Griquas, who set the rolling maul now, which has been highly unprofitable for them thus far. Can they find a path forward? Not really. Dlamini having to play it free to Mulder. Here's Kamlashe. And it's been knocked on. Pretorius picking up and playing, and Bronson Mills puts boot to ball, and everything this kid touches turns to gold.
Bronson Mills. Initially a great hit there from Clausen and himself. Kamlashe again, not looking after the ball in that ruck. It must be so frustrating as an attacking coach. You spend so much time in those soft skills again. I know I did mention it. But looking after the ball and recycling and getting phase after phase after phase, trying to get themselves back into the game. Another opportunity for the Griquas lost in the 22.
Gustav Durant.
Played the ball,
untidy from the Griquas. Mulder rolls the dice on it, and Fischer sends one over the top, asking the question of the Lions. The counter-attack is initiated by Mukendi and brought to an end by Obi. Warner away. Here's the big boy. Into contact, Cabos Bezuidenhout. Klaasens. Janssen van Vieren.
Playing advantage.
An outstanding exponent of Currie Cup rugby for this Lion side. Janssen van Vieren always doing his job and doing it well. That move breaks down. Scrum Griquas.
That's tricky little play, running off the soft shoulder there.
Yeah.
Jonker just losing the ball in contact again. Trying to get creative. I love seeing those sort of trick plays, giving different pictures to defenses. But he's just going to make sure you catch a ball, you look after the ball. Get some fatigue is kicking in now. A lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties in the last 10 or so minutes from both teams.
The points remain up for grabs. Points which could prove pivotal come the end of the season. You just don't know which way this Currie Cup's going to go. He's had enough, Griffin Colby. And
sorry. Second one, if you can't tap next to me, it's a penalty now, yeah. The second one.
Constantly seeking marginal gains as a number 9. Mulder dragged back for that one. Another chance in opposition territory for the Griquas.
The Griquas have to make this chance count now. You know, another opportunity in the 22, another opportunity in the Lions half. They need to come away with points if they want a positive result here.
Pressure on Durant after the outstanding display at line-out time by Ace. Clean take by Sergil. They set this rolling maul, which has not rolled tonight thus far. It looks slightly disjointed. And the Lions' defensive effort looks far more cohesive. Mulder away to Kamlashe. Fouchier sends it wide for Speckman. Speckmagic attempts to find the gap.
Number 5, hitting past the ball.
We're going back for the penalty. He's been really short of opportunities tonight, Roscoe Speckman. We know the South African fans will be up in arms about that. They don't like to see the Roscoe put to waste.
Just hitting past the ball.
The dangerous player is Roscoe Speckman. Another penalty here from the Lions conceded. Another opportunity from the Griquas. They want to make this work. They want to make this count.
So number 5.
They want to get some points.
The ball is your offside line. You can't go past it.
They want to put some pressure onto the Lions, who have defended them all extremely well. They know what's coming. They know what's coming. Let's see what plan they come up with now.
Starts with a clean take. Landsberg, the captain of the defense. Gustav Goose Durant feeds, Sergil receives, and the Griquas start an early march. Almost catching the Lions napping, who are back in position now. The momentum stopped and they ain't going nowhere. Cairns gets hands on the ball. Durant can get it free. Mulder wisely taking it up into the teeth of the defense and buying time for his forwards to get around the corner. Here comes Sergil. Numbers flooding to the left for the Griquas, and another penalty comes. Borderline cynical from a young man playing his first game. I suppose for the defensive coach that would be a golden touch as well. Sergil hovering over the ball, the tap and go imminent. The captain takes it into the defense, and there's about 3 meters to traverse here for the Griquas. Gustav Durant, now Mulder. Mulder!
I've got a grounding now. If there's something else, he will come in, but I've got a grounding. Try.
Johan Mulder. Great response from the Griquas. It's exactly what they wanted. Initially from that maul, not getting a lot of purchase, but going back to how they scored their first try in this game. Tap kick, use the forwards, pot of forwards around the corner again. Did not score, obviously, fell short. But Mulder seeing the space around the fringes, doing what has been working for them. It was a good try from the Griquas.
Fouchier, an Uppies boy converts the try scored by an Uppies boy, and the Griquas take the lead.
Now the defense coach should probably never be happy with that sort of try in that position. You know, defense is normally a lot tighter, watching for the pick and go, but for a 9 to do a pick and go, but credit to him, Mulder, seeing the space, identifying the space.
We can continue.
And that A and B channel. Here comes a great finish to the game.
Oh yeah, up it goes. Orania receives. Did he manage to keep that in play? He did, but to his team's detriment in the end, as Pretorius is fighting to get to ground, but he's going to be carried over the touchline.
Lions in position. Griquas ball. Off his hips, so it's not a knock on.
The hips don't lie.
Yes.
Well, the golden boy goes from the field. Mills, the debutant, has had his day. Just as his team go into a deficit. Mulder fires back to Fouchier. Charge down. Wow. All sorts of offsides calls being made, but if the charge down, everybody's onside, and Mulder sends it away to Sergio. They're going to try something here, the Griquas. Gustav, the goose, Durant cutting the line. Here comes the goose. The offload is to an opposition player in the form of Warner. Hansen will do very well to find the gap here. Oh, he's running right back into the thick of things. Just got to love this winger. He's having a wonderful Currie Cup. Now the Lions, knowing that they trail, Jonker gets it over the top to Klaas, and just holding on to that was Tian Swanepoel. He's had a professional outing thus far this afternoon, turning into evening. Now the Lions, can they find a way to penetrate what has been a stalwart defensive effort from the Griquas that has driven them back time after time, but not this time, as Renzo Duplessis carries it forward. The Griquas over the ball like a barnacle. It's Kamlashe.
Sango, Kamlashe, Roscoe Speckman. That is a big moment that they've won there from the Griquas. Initially a great carry, great line break. But for them to get their head stuck in, getting that turnover. The big number 6, Stefan Smith, carrying extremely well. And Kamlashe coming around, getting into a great position to steal the ball. A big moment that they've won here for the Griquas.
With the clock ticking down, it's hard to say which way this match would swing, and it remains that way with just 2 points between the sides. Are you seeing any signs of which way it may go to?
You just never know. You just never know. Both teams, I feel, have defended extremely well. You know, the momentum has shifted so much between the two teams in the games. Momentum is with the Griquas. Just scored, winning that moment as well. They'll move that ball as long as possible, have another opportunity to be in the Lions' half, and they'll want to stay there, eat up time as much as possible. That's where your experienced players will come in, your Roscoe Speckman, Neil Otto, who's captained this team before, probably been in this position many more times.
Renzo Duplessis rises to his feet. He's got some hurt on the right shoulder, which is still dangling suspiciously, but on he will play as Fouchier finds a safe touch, and the Griquas, full of experienced professionals, will be looking to close this match out and climb this Currie Cup table. They're currently sitting in 7th, 10 points from 5 games. It's not what they would want to see. Be hoping for something more like 25, sitting on the top of the log amongst the likes of the Pumas and the Cheetahs, who are flying high in this competition thus far. Durant feeds. Mulder takes it and makes it work, although had to juggle just a touch. The Lions ferocious on defense. Sako Makata was on the carry. Dube continues doing his work. JC Pretorius. Well, JC Pretorius was good. The tackler is the one penalized.
Tackler not rolling away. Another moment, 1 yard for the Griquas, getting another penalty.
Captain, let's go. What are you doing? Pulse.
Good decision to go for the pulls. And again, if he does miss it, or if it goes dead, the Lions have to kick the ball back to the Griquas. They still have possession. And obviously trying to eat up time to win this game.
Eddie Fouchier. The flags are raised. The Griquas have 18 points on the board, and the Lions are going to need a try to draw this one level, a conversion to take the lead. Time is not on their side.
Time is definitely not on their side. Tian Swanepoel has kicked extremely well yet today. with his kickoffs.
Thank you.
Can he get in that same spot, putting pressure on Roscoe Speckman on the right here?
It's up from Swanepoel, crucial kickoff. JC Pretorius takes it clean, penalty advantage on the back of that as well. And the hulking figure of Cabos Bezuidenhout moves his 130 kilograms forward. The chip over the top. Here we go! They roll the dice, and they come up with the money. It's JC Pretorius off the bench into the hearts of the Lions fans on debut.
JC Pretorius, money in the bank. Money in the bank for a great chase. A great kick from Paul Warner, knowing that he had advantage. Look at him go. Mackenzie, JC, winning that high battle, jumping in, knowing that they'll have the advantage. What a finish to this game. What a finish to this game.
The scores are level, and this is to take the lead with less than 120 seconds on the clock. It's turned into an exciting evening. Griffin Colby's enjoying it. JC Pretorius, the hallmark of his game in sevens, if it could be said to be anything, it's that he wanted it more than anyone else. And what is it? Everything, everywhere, all the time. Tiaan Swanepoel.
Thank you.
The Windhoek-born number 15. With an opportunity to snatch the lead away from the Griquas.
10 seconds.
Tiaan Swanepoel could not keep his cool. It's 18 points apiece.
Oh, gents, gaan vir die klein opweet gewoon, hè.
One more play today, folks. Less than 60 seconds on the clock. It's taken well and crucially by Peter Jensen van Vieren. Oh, the Greek was interested here. Griffin Colby, the coolest man on the field. Cabos Bezuidenhout,
he fell on his own feet.
An aggressive ball carrier. Tiaan Swanepoel sends it long with 20 seconds on the clock and into the arms of Spec Magic. Spec Magic, it's time to go. Roscoe sees that the defensive line is hunting him. Of course, they know his name better than anyone else. And here is the replacement, Makata. Another blitz block on the field. And that is the final hooter for Shear. Plays it to JC Nell. Griquas keen to snatch victory here. 18 points apiece. A penalty would be more than good enough for the visiting side today. For Shear sends a flat one to Dube. Dube to ground. For Shear. Kamlashe. Just about holding on to that was Makata. Just about keeping his boots in field as well. Mulder, open side. Dube has always been hungry for that run, and the Greek was clearly setting ruck center field once they get too close to the tram lines. Sergil bursting through those two tackles. Didn't have a support player ready to take this pass with his hand through the tackle. Retief sets the ruck. Kamlashe straight into the defense. You can see the pensiveness of this Griquas side. They know they're in range for a penalty right now. It would be a possibility. One thing they can't do is commit a handling error or a penalty offense, of course. JC Nell. Mulder. Retief. Mulder for Shear. Regan Aranya was hitting an angle off the ground to Spec Magic. Makata. 12 phases up for the Griquas. Tension rising at Emirates Airline Park. Players calling for offsides from the touchline. Nothing doing. Mulder can see the Brits getting heavier and heavier. Roscoe Speckman coming on the angle. Always danger. Cairns spotting that. Dube. He's got the dancing feet as well. He's had a brilliant match today. The big front ranker. Sergil upright in the tackle. Henson almost driving him towards the touchline. Sergil making sure the ball's still there. 16 phases down for the Griquas. Can they make this happen? Not making meters at the moment, but it's still alive. Anybody's game thus far. Fushia sends it deep, and here is Regan Orania with lots to do. Orania almost split those three players. Atu. Backwards is the call. To all the rugby fans out there, celebrate. 19 phases down for the Griquas, and here is Roscoe Speckman. Accelerating almost through the gap. Here's Kamlashe. They've crossed the 10-meter line of their opposition. How many more phases can they put together? Mulder heaving that one away from the base of the ruck, and replacement front ranker Tlebot Dlamini into contact. Mulder marked up all over the field. Can somebody provide that moment of magic? No pun intended. Goose takes it in. That's the 22-meter line of the opposition. A penalty or a drop goal would do. Retief takes it in. Mulder sees options on the blind, not so many, and they are outnumbered as well. The ball is clean though. The Lions are not fighting on the ground for the turnovers. Garul Smith into contact. You saw Renzo Duplessis pull out of the contest there. They're going to keep on making their hits, they reckon, and for sure gets it away to Tabu Dlamini. Can the front rankers fraternity stand up? 83 minutes on the clock, people. The big boy just got the job done. Wow. What a finish.
Thank you.
22 phases. Tlebo Dlamini scoring his second Currie Cup try. What a line. What a line from Tlebo Dlamini. Fushia taking the ball out to the line. Great try. Great dive. Look at him go. Look at him go. Great try from Tlebo Dlamini. You will not hear the end of that try for a very, very long time.
And there it is, the kick. The flags are raised. Haven't seen enough of that in terms of a Griqua effort today. A number of kicks going astray, but all of those missed kicks made for what we just saw. Last minute drama, beyond the last minute, and the most unlikely of try scorers. One of the biggest boys on the field, product of Maritzburg College, Tlebo Dlamini. Spectacular rugby at Ellis Park. At Emirates Airlines Park, the Griquas win 25 points to 18.